Good afternoon, shareholders. It's 3 p.m. And approx more than 50 shareholders have joined this 41st annual general meeting of EPL Limited, which is being conducted through video conference through the facility provided by NSDL. This is in compliance with the applicable provisions of the Companies Act, the SEBI listing obligations and disclosure requirement regulations, and various circulars and directions issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the SEBI. The company has taken requisite steps to enable the shareholders to participate and vote through electronic means on the business items which are being considered at this AGM. Live webcast of this AGM is being made on the NSDL e-voting portal. Please note that as per the requirements, the proceedings of this AGM are being recorded and would be made available on the website of the company. I request the shareholders to note that all the shareholders attending this AGM are by default placed on mute mode in order to avoid any background disturbance during the meeting. The audio and video of the shareholders who have pre-registered their interest for expressing their views or asking questions at this AGM will be switched on when they speak at the AGM as per the pre-registration. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Davinder Singh Brar, Chairman of EPL Limited. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 41st Annual General Meeting of EPL Limited, which is being conducted through video conference. As the requisite quorum is present, we will now commence the proceedings. I would first like to introduce the directors present virtually for the meeting. We have with us Mr. Anand Kripalu, Managing Director and Global CEO, Ms. Sharmila Karvej, Chairperson of the Audit Committee, Mr. Shashank Sinha, Chairman of Nomination and Remuneration Committee, Mr. Dhaval Butch, Chairman of the Risk Management Committee, Mr. Animesh Agarwal, Chairman of Stakeholders Relationship Committee, Mr. Amit Dixit, and Mr. Aniket Damle. Management team, including Chief Financial Officer, Company Secretary, and the representatives of Statutory Auditor, Secretarial Auditor, and Cost Auditor are also attending the meeting. The company has received authorized representation letters from 4 corporate shareholders, representing over 189 million equity shares of rupees 2 each of the company, which is over 59.4% of the company's share capital. The annual report of the company for the financial year 23-24, which includes the notice for convening this AGM, has been emailed to the shareholders whose email IDs were registered with the company or depositories. The same is also available on the website of the company, stock exchanges, and NSDL. Therefore, with the permission of the shareholders, I consider the notice of this AGM and the annual report as received and read. In terms of the provisions of Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013 and paragraph 13 of the Secretarial Standards of General Meetings, since the report of the Statutory Auditor and the Secretarial Auditors do not contain any qualifications, observations, or comments on transactions or matters which have an adverse effect on the function of the company, I take the same as read. The shareholders are requested to note that the statutory registers and other documents, including the documents mentioned in the notice of this AGM and annual report, as required to be made available to the shareholders for inspection, in terms of the provisions of this Act, are made available electronically for inspection during the AGM. I would now like to share with you a few highlights and insights about the business performance of the company for the financial year FY24. A very good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you at the 41st General Meeting of EPL. The global business landscape during the financial year 23-24 was defined by a mix of challenges and opportunities. Economic instability, inflationary pressures, and geopolitical tensions, particularly from ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and disruptions in the Red Sea, have impacted global supply chains. While the US economy showed resilience in achieving a soft landing, China and Europe faced sluggish growth. Despite the challenging macroeconomic environment, EPL has successfully maintained growth with expanded margins. The company delivered revenue growth of 6%, despite negative pricing impact in the second half of the year. All four regions delivered revenue growth, with East Asia Pacific and Americas achieving double-digit growth of 10.1% and 12.9% respectively. Absolute EBITDA of the company grew by 19.2%, and EBITDA margin improved by 202 basis points to 18.2%. This is the result of ongoing company-wide initiatives to reduce costs and improve asset utilization, leading to sustained high double-digit EBITDA growth over the past 6 quarters. I'm pleased to highlight that EPL has made significant strides with the establishment of a greenfield production unit in Brazil. This new facility, which became operational and stabilized during the year, strengthens company's presence in the Americas region and unlocks substantial opportunities in a large market. During the year, the category mix also progressed in the right direction, with personal care and beyond segment growing at 8.1%, faster than the oral segment of 5%. Personal care and beyond now contributes to 47% of the total business of the company. I would now like to take the shareholders through the regional performance of the company. AMESA region, which covers Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia, with operations in Egypt and India, saw a revenue growth of 3.6%, which was largely impacted by the macroeconomic challenges in Egypt. The standalone revenue of India grew by 6%. The EBITDA for AMESA grew by 9.7%, demonstrating the strategic focus of the company on cost management and operational efficiency. EAP region, which includes operations in China and Philippines, reported a robust growth of 10.1% and an impressive 14.9% growth in EBITDA. This recovery was primarily driven by a 20.9% growth in the personal care segment. These results highlight the company's ability to adapt and thrive by leveraging regional strengths and tailoring solutions for smaller clients, leading to stronger relationships and new business. Americas regions, that includes operations in the USA, Mexico, Colombia, and Brazil, delivered an impressive 12.9% growth in revenue and a remarkable 42.8% increase in EBITDA. In particular, the oral care segment experienced 10.5% growth, while the personal care segment saw a strong growth of 17.8%. These achievements underscore the strategic focus of the company on market expansion and operational efficiency in the Americas, which have positioned the company well to capitalize on emerging opportunities to drive significant growth in this region. Europe region, covering operations in Germany and Poland, grew by 5.8% in revenue and 20.7% in EBITDA. However, the absolute EBITDA margin in Europe remained lower than in other geographies. To address this, the company is actively implementing structural interventions which are aimed at achieving higher margins to enhance profitability in this region. These results reflect the proactive approach of the company to navigate economic headwinds and optimize operations in the European market. On the financial side, the company maintained sound financial and cost management marked by prudent capital allocation. Consolidated net debt stands at rupees 6,026 million, which includes rupees 2,314 million allocated for the operations in Brazil. When adjusted for Brazil operations, the net debt of the company saw a marginal increase of rupees 193 million, as compared to the previous year. The company has maintained a healthy debt-to-equity ratio of 0.39, which was also 0.39 in the previous year, reflecting a balanced approach to leveraging and equity financing. Further, the debt service coverage ratio stands at a healthy 2.15, previous year being 3, for covering debt obligations through operational cash flow. Excluding exceptional items, the consolidated return on equity of the company improved to 13.4%, up from 11.9% in March 2023. This improvement demonstrates effective utilization of equity capital to generate profits. Similarly, the return on capital employed of the company has risen to 14.7% for the year, under review from 13.2% in the previous year, thereby showcasing the efficient use of capital to support business growth and generate returns. It is pertinent to note that Credit Analysis and Research Limited CARE Ratings have maintained the credit rating for both long-term and short-term bank facilities at CARE AA+ with stable outlook. Additionally, India Rating and Research Fitch Ratings has reaffirmed the issuer rating at IND AA+ for the year under review. The company continues to enjoy CARE A1 and IND A1 for its short-term facilities and commercial paper, respectively. These ratings reflect the strong financial health of the company and the confidence that the rating agencies have in the long-term business strategy and operational stability of the company. I would now like to share the details about the proposed dividend. The company, which is on the path of a profitable growth with strong cash flows, continues to follow a consistent dividend policy over the years. I'm happy to share that the board has recommended a final dividend of rupees 2.3 per share. This is in addition to the interim dividend declared at rupees 2.15 per share in the month of November 2023. Accordingly, for financial year 24, the total dividend amounts to rupees 4.45 per share of the face value of rupees 2 each. On the environment, social and governance ESG initiatives of the company. At EPL, sustainability is a fundamental principle guiding every aspect of its business. In response to the growing global awareness and demand for sustainable practices, the company has significantly enhanced its capabilities to align with these expectations. This commitment has been recognized with the prestigious EcoVadis Gold rating, placing EPL among the top 5% of the 90,000 companies assessed globally, and within the top 3% in the plastics products manufacturing sector. Over the past year, the company doubled the contribution of its 100% recyclable platina tubes from 10% to 21%, reflecting substantial investments in back-end capabilities, with 85% of its capacity now ready for manufacturing sustainable tubes. The company also has made notable strides in its broader ESG commitments, maintaining leadership position within the packaging industry. It received a green positive rating from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation for its dedication to the circular economy for plastic, marking the second consecutive year of this recognition, and earned an A leadership rating in the 2023 Carbon Disclosure Project Supplier Engagement Rating, reinforcing its standing as a leader in sustainability. Additionally, EPL was honored with the Best Overall Sustainability Performance at the World Sustainability Congress in Mauritius and the ESG Best Performer of the Year Award at the India ESG Summit. For innovative tube designs, the company received awards from IFCA and SIES School of Packaging Star Awards. For its HR practices, the company was named one of the best employers of the year by Kincentric, and it was also acknowledged for significant achievement in HR excellence by the Confederation of Industries, Indian Industries. The company's corporate social responsibility CSR initiatives are aligned with its Greening Lives mission, which aims to empower employees, customers, communities, and other stakeholders to adopt sustainable lifestyles. The focus here is on plastic waste management, community welfare, and skill development. These efforts were recognized by the World HRD Congress, which awarded the company for its best CSR processes. EPL remains committed to its long-term strategy and vision of being the most sustainable packaging company. The overall strategy of EPL is anchored by its 4x4 mantra to deliver growth across category, customers, and countries with a continued focus on costs. The progress on each has been strong in the year, setting a solid base for the years to come. On category, while the company remains a market leader in oral care, it is aiming to drive significant growth in the beauty and cosmetics and pharma sectors. The company has increased its business development efforts to support new customer acquisition in the beauty and cosmetics segment with enhanced flexibility for smaller batch sizes, which is critical for this sector. The company also launched new seam tubes this year, which eliminate side seam impact, and this is gaining traction across the regions. On customers, the company is strengthening relationships with both global and regional players and gaining wallet share through its innovative and sustainable solutions. Regarding countries, with our commitment to expand presence in key markets globally, the company established a new greenfield plant in Brazil, which is now adding to its strength in the Latin American market. The company also increased its presence in markets of Australia and Thailand through exports. On cost, the company is continuously optimizing expenditure and enhancing its operational efficiency and sustainable growth, which is evident in the results for the financial year FY24. To support these strategic pillars, EPL has identified 4 key enablers: an innovation-driven program, bold sales and marketing strategies, a digital transformation agenda, and one EPL unified culture fostering collaboration across regions. In conclusion, the company's steady progress and strategic direction positions it favorably for the future. With a robust foundation rooted in innovation and sustainability, EPL is well prepared to capitalize on forthcoming opportunities. The company extends its sincere gratitude to the Board of Directors for their invaluable guidance and to all employees for their steadfast commitment. We also express our appreciation to shareholders, customers, business associates, bankers, and all stakeholders for their enduring support and cooperation. Thank you. We will now take up item numbers 1 to 6 as set forth in the notice of the AGM. We will open the lines for questions from the shareholders after all the items of business are tabled at the meeting. Resolutions with respect to the ordinary business matters as referred in the AGM notice are self-explanatory and are in compliance with the applicable provisions of the Companies Act. Material facts and objectives of passing resolutions with respect to the special business matters are described in the explanatory statement, which forms part of the notice for this AGM, and the necessity can be understood accordingly. I request the members to treat the resolutions as read. On behalf of the board and shareholders, I move the resolutions under item numbers 1 to 4, as described in the AGM notice, that is, number 1, to adopt the audited standalone and consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended on March 31st, 2024, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. Number 2, to declare a final dividend of rupees 2.3 per equity share for the financial year ended March 31st, 2024. Number 3, to reappoint Mr. Dhaval Buch as a director who is retiring by rotation and is eligible for reappointment. And number 4, to ratify the remuneration of cost auditors of the company for consideration and approval of the shareholders. Since item number 5 relates to my reappointment, with the permission of the shareholders and other directors present at this AGM, I request Mr. Anand Kripalu, Managing Director and Global CEO of the company, to take the chair for this item. Over to you, Mr. Kripalu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brar, and a very good afternoon, everyone. The special resolution, as set out in item number 5 of the notice, relates to the reappointment of Mr. Devinder Singh Brar as an independent director of the company for a second term of 5 consecutive years. On my part, I'd like to say that it's an enormous privilege and honor to have somebody of Mr. Brar's stature and experience as the chairman of our company. His guidance has helped us along the way to deliver the results that the chairman spoke about. The necessary information in this regard is provided in the explanatory statement, which forms part of the notice for this AGM. Accordingly, on behalf of the board and shareholders, I move the resolution under item number 5 for consideration and approval of the shareholders. Thank you. I would now request Mr. Brar. Mr. Brar, you're on mute.
The next and the last item, that is item number 6 of the notice, relates to reappointment of Ms. Sharmila Kave as an independent director of the company for a second term of 5 consecutive years. Necessary information in this regard is provided in the explanatory statement, which forms part of the notice for this AGM. Accordingly, on behalf of the board and shareholders, I move the resolution under item number 6 for consideration and approval of the shareholders. I would now like to invite the shareholders who have registered their names to express their views or ask questions. The speakers are requested to kindly restrict the queries to the operations of the company during financial year 24 and items of business of this AGM. The speaker shareholders who have registered may kindly speak as their names are called in the order of registration. In the interest of time, I would request the speakers to restrict their questions and views to a maximum of 3 minutes and to avoid repeating the questions already raised by another shareholder. Before we begin, I request the company secretary to inform about voting procedure on the resolutions and thereafter guide the shareholders to speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The shareholders are requested to note that in compliance with the applicable provisions of the Companies Act and SEBI LODR regulations, necessary arrangements have been made by the company with NSDL to cast votes on the resolution set out in the notice of this AGM. This is through remote e-voting and e-voting during the AGM. The remote e-voting period commenced on August 18th at 9 o'clock and has ended yesterday on August 20th, 2024 at 5 o'clock. The shareholders who are participating in this AGM and who have not cast their vote through remote e-voting shall be eligible to vote through e-voting during this AGM, which shall remain open until 15 minutes of the closure of this AGM. The process of e-voting during the AGM has been described in detail in the notice of this AGM. Mr. Mehul Pitroda, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as an independent scrutinizer to scrutinize the process of e-voting in a fair and transparent manner. He is also attending this AGM through video conferencing. The results declared along with the scrutinizer's report shall be available on the website of the company, NSDL, and shall also be intimated to the stock exchanges. I would request the shareholders to note that the shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers would now be unmuted and invited to speak sequentially, that is in the order of registration. I now invite Ms. Madhu Vasudha Vikas Dakwe as the first speaker shareholder. I request the NSDL team to do the needful.
Ms. Vasudha, we request you to kindly unmute yourself and please raise your question.
I think there is some issue with Ms. Vasudha Dakwe.
We can later.
Yes, we'll invite her later. I now invite Mr. Bharat Mulchand Shah as the speaker shareholder. The speaker shareholders are requested to note that they will receive a prompt on their screen to move as a panelist. They are requested to accept that.
Mr. Bharat, we request you to kindly accept the prompt message which you have received and then you can please ask your question.
Mr. Shah, I think there is some technical issue with him as well. We move to speaker shareholder number 4, who is Aloysius Peter Mascarenhas. We request you to accept the prompt that you are receiving on your screen to be panelist and then start speaking. Ms. Mascarenhas, can you hear us?
Ma'am, we kindly request you to please accept the prompt message which you have received on your screen and thereafter you can raise your question.
I think in the interest of time, we should move to the next shareholder. There seems to be some technical issue. The next speaker shareholder is Mr. Rajendra Seth. Mr. Seth, you will receive a prompt on your screen to join as a panelist. Please accept that and then you can ask your question.
Mr. Seth, he has not joined the meeting. We request to proceed with the next speaker shareholder.
No, in fact, he has joined and
Hello?
Yes,
No,
yes.
he's
Hello?
there. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hello?
It's not opening.
Yes,
Hello?
sir, we can hear. Yes, sir, we can hear
Oh.
you. Yes,
Hello?
Mr. Seth,
Hello?
Mr. Seth, we can hear you.
हेलो हेलो
Yes.
हेलो
सर, हम
हेलो
आपको सुन पा रहे हैं. Mr. Seth, we can hear
हेलो
you. Sir, please, we request you to ask your question. We are able to hear you.
हेलो आवाज आ रहा है
Yes,
Ar-
sir, we are able
हेलो
to hear you.
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है
हेलो
अब। मिस्टर सेठ,
हेलो
आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
हेलो हेलो
Yes, Mr. Seth, we can hear you.
हेलो
I think he is not able to hear us.
हेलो हेलो
मिस्टर सेठ, कैन यू प्लीज इंक्रीज द, आप अपने डिवाइस का वॉल्यूम बढ़ा सकते हैं क्या?
हेलो 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 हेलो
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
आ रही है आवाज
जी जी, आ रही है, आवाज आ रही है आपकी।
हाँ कुछ टेक्निकली गड़बड़ी है सर मैं थाना महाराष्ट्र से राजेंद्र सेठ बोल रहा हूँ राजेंद्र सेठ आवाज आ रही है ना
जी जी सर, आप बोलिए।
नहीं नहीं बस चेयरमैन ने बहुत अच्छी तरह कंपनी के बारे में समझाया हमको तो कंपनी का फ्यूचर बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है सब रिजोल्यूशन में पूरा सपोर्ट और हार्दिक शुभेच्छा सेक्रेटरी टीम का भी बहुत अच्छा काम है उसको भी मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ बस सब रिजोल्यूशन में पूरा सपोर्ट है थैंक यू सर थैंक यू बोलने का मौका दिया थैंक यू
Thank you so much, Mr. Seth. The next speaker shareholder is Mr. Anil Parekh. Mr. Parekh, you will receive a prompt on your screen now, which you are requested to accept and then start speaking.
Mr. Parekh, we request you to please accept the prompt message on your screen and then you can ask your question. Mr. Anil, we request you to please accept the prompt message on your screen and thereafter ask your question.
अनिल जी, आपको आपके स्क्रीन पे एक प्रॉम्प्ट आएगा जिसको आपको एक्सेप्ट करना है। योर मतलब आपको पैनलिस्ट करके वी आर प्रमोटिंग, तो आपको वो एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा एंड देन यू विल हैव टू स्पीक। Mr. Parekh, can you hear us? There seems to be some issue with Mr. Parekh as well. The next shareholder will move to the next.
Onkar, I would request you to just give them 1 minute because
Okay.
at times the system takes time, because they join from their mobile phones.
Sure, sure.
Miss Mascarenhas has joined.
So should we take up Mr. Parekh?
Yes. No, we can take Miss Mascarenhas.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, madam.
Yes.
Huh? I'm audible. Something I don't know what is going wrong. Anyway, thank God it is connected. Respected Chairman, Mr. Davinder Singh, Brar, MD and CEO, Global, Mr. Anand Kripalu, other members on the board, my dear fellow shareholders. I am Mrs. C.E. Mascarenhas speaking from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company's secretary, Mr. Onkar Gurde, and his team, especially Mr. Surjit Singh. When my turn came and he again called, he said, connect this way, that way. So thank God, is a very good link. Thank you very much. And registering me as a speaker and also sending me an annual report. Thank you so much. Now, annual report is very good with full of information, facts and figures, self-explanatory, adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Now I come to the working PBT PAT up a very good dividend of rupees 2.30 even in these difficult days. EPS, though EPS has little bit come down from 6.47 last year to 5.664. Anyway, we have performed well. Now, congratulations for all the awards and accolades, all listed on page 40, 41, 51, and also very good CSR work. Now I come to my queries. We are market leader in packaging of oral core and beauty and cosmetics pharma. What is our market share and who is the main competitor and how much margin we get and the growth trajectory for the future? My second question, we have good credit rating by CARE and IRR. Keep it up, very good. Now, what is the total spend we do on cyber security? Next question is what challenges we are finding due to geopolitical issues, especially the Red Sea issue, and how are we solving it, especially in the case of raw materials, logistics, etc. Sir, next question is we have 7 plants in India. What is the average capacity utilization of the same? Rest, what is the future roadmap for the next 5 years? How much capex will be required for organic and inorganic growth? And which vertical will be the growth engine of the future? With this, I support all the resolutions. I thank you all very much. And I see a very fruitful next year. And I wish you all very good health because health is wealth. With this, thank you so much. Namaskar. Now, the next registered speaker is Mr. Aloysius Mascarenhas. He will speak.
Hello, I'm the next speaker in the queue. Can I proceed, sir?
Yes, please, sir.
Can I proceed?
Yes, please, sir. You can proceed.
Okay. Respected Chairman, sir, very distinguished members of the board, and my fellow shareholders. Good evening to you all. My name is Aloysius Mascarenhas. At the outset, I thank the management, company secretary, and the team for sending me such a beautiful, informative, transparent annual report adhering to all the parameters required for a good corporate governance. Our results are good. As the PBT and PAT has gone up, EPS has gone up, and we are faring well and a good dividend, which is most welcome. Sir, we have many plants in India and abroad, and especially the Egypt plant. I wanted to know how is it functioning. We had visited that plant many years back. It was functioning well. What is the progress nowadays with this geopolitical conflict that is going on? Then furthermore, our budget, union budget, how it has affected the company, positive or negatively, what is the impact of the union budget? And moreover, we are in the exports, whether we get lot of revenue by way of dollar terms. So what is the revenue by dollar term? Because dollar rises day after day against the falling rupee. So these are the information questions that I would like to ask. Rest predecessor shareholders have already asked, and the succeeding shareholders will ask after me. So I end my speech wishing you personally, all the board members, and more importantly, all the employees, all the very best in the days and years to come. We are in the midst of a festive season, so I wish each one of you all a very happy festive season. With this, sir, I take your leave. Good luck, good health, and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mascarenhas. I now invite the next speaker shareholder. We will try once more with Mr. Bharat Shah. Is he there? NSDL team, can you please confirm? No, I don't think he is there. So we invite Ms. Smita Shah to speak. Ms. Shah, we are promoting you to panelist. Request you to please accept the request and then you may go ahead. Ms. Shah, I think there is some technical issue. She is not accepted to be a panelist. We'll move ahead with the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia. Sir, you are requested to accept the prompt. Mr. Mahadevia. Sir, request you to please unmute your mic.
I will do both the things.
Yes.
Can you see me and hear me?
Yes, sir. We are able to see you.
Thank you. Respected Chairman, our Managing Director and CEO Global, and our Company Secretary, who has taken over charge only last year, but very efficiently executing his duties, and the members of the management team. Sir, my congratulations to the entire group for getting excellent result during 2023 and 24. And the result has been well reflected in the annual report which has been prepared and circulated to the shareholders. My immediate and first request is that from next year, we should have integrated report and not only the report which is presented presently. Integrated report gives an idea about the movement of all our 6 capitals. What was it in the beginning of the year? What was the addition or changes during the year? And what was the final result? This is now absolutely must for all companies. Hello?
Am I audible? Hello?
Hello, please don't disturb me. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Mahadevia. Please go ahead.
Okay. Now, you see, our present report has been prepared on standalone basis and not on consolidated basis. Therefore, what I would like to know is that standalone export is 22%. But what is the export on a consolidated basis? Sir, similarly, attrition rate is very high. It is about 23-24% and standalone. Are we suffering the same problem on consolidated basis? And sir, related to the same thing, foreign exchange earnings of our company are 285 crore of rupees, while I2Go is 360 crore of rupees. Sir, may I know what is the reason? Our actual export should be much higher and our earnings should also be very high. Sir, further I appreciate your dividend distribution policy. You have distributed 4 rupees 45 paisa out of EPS of 5.54 rupees. Sir, further I appreciate the ESG effort of our company. We have adopted this principle at all stages of our manufacture and distribution, and that has helped considerably in earning in this particular field of ESG activities. And this particular system is not being developed by various other countries. And we are also now prevailing on our suppliers, our vendors also to follow the same principles. Sir, we have further received 24 patents during the year. Sir, may I know for how many patents have we applied during the year 23-24? Sir, regarding your greenfield project in Brazil, our congratulations. After a long time, a greenfield project of this size. Sir, what I want to know that how much time we will take before we take optimum advantage of this new factory. Will it be reflected in the next year itself, or maybe it will take another 2 years or so? Sir, then my next question is regarding the our competitors. We enjoy about 40% of business of the world. Who are the major competitors? I know all of them may not be having the same range of products which we are having, but you can throw some light of major competitors. Sir, when in the earlier management, when our Anilji was there, he used to give competitive figures for all the 4 major competitors of the world in a very classified manner. Sir, look at the balance sheet of last 4 or 5 years and continued the same procedure to give an idea of our competitors. Sir, I would further like to know that what is the latest plant capacity and utilization of our plant at Vapi. It appears to be an excellent plant on picture, but can you tell us what product it will manufacture, which particular item, and what will be its capacity? And sir, I also congratulate the company for EcoVadis Gold rating, which our company has received for ESG. Sir, with this, I wish our organization every success in the years to come. And namaste to all.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll now move to the next speaker, which is Ms. Shobna Mehta.
Hello, can
Yes,
you hear
ma'am.
me? Can you
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
me?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Respected Chairman, Sri Devendra Singh ji, MD and CEO Sri Anand जी, अन्य मेरे जाने माने डायरेक्टर भाइयों, मिस शर्मिला जी और शेयर होल्डर भाई बहन, मेरा नाम शोभना मेहता. गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन. सर, सबसे पहले मैं आपको आज आपकी जन्मदिन की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ. हैप्पी बर्थडे, मैनी हैप्पी रिटर्न्स ऑफ द डे टू यू सर. सर, कोइंसिडेंस आज ही आपकी बर्थडे है, सो गुड विशेस देते हुए कहूंगी, तुम्हारी राह का हर पत्थर फूल बन जाए, जो मांगा है आपने रब से वो सब आपको मिल जाए. जन्मदिन की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. सर, ई नोटिस एंड एनुअल रिपोर्ट वेल इन टाइम मिला. हमारे सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ने एनुअल रिपोर्ट वेरी कलरफुल और इंफॉर्मेटिव बनाया है. सो मैं हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी और उनकी पूरी टीम को और बैलेंस शीट बनाने में जिनका भी योगदान रहा है, वो सभी एग्जीक्यूटिव्स को भी धन्यवाद देते हुए कहूंगी, एक्सलेंट प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए कहूंगी, वेरी वेल डन, वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप. सर, वैसे तो आपने अपने ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स में कंपनी वर्किंग के बारे में काफी कुछ एक्सप्लेन किया है और हमारे एमडी एंड सीईओ ने भी कॉर्पोरेट ओवरव्यू के अंतर्गत कंपनी वर्किंग के बारे में अच्छे से बताया है पेज नंबर 4 और 5 पर. साथ में पेज नंबर 44 से पेज नंबर 52 तक मैनेजमेंट डिस्कशन एंड एनालिसिस में भी अच्छे से बताया है. सो सर, ज्यादा रिपीटेशन ना करते हुए कहूंगी, वेरी वेल डन, वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप. सर, अच्छे रिजल्ट को देखते हुए आपने हमारा टोटल डिविडेंड ऑफ ₹0.45 रेकमेंड किया है. सो मैं गुड रिजल्ट के लिए आपको और आपकी और गुड रिजल्ट एंड डिविडेंड के लिए मैं आपको और आपकी एंटायर टीम को बधाई के साथ धन्यवाद देती हूँ. सर, हमारी कंपनी सीएसआर में काफी अच्छा काम कर रही है और सर कहते हैं ना, दवाओं से ज्यादा दुआएं काम आती है. सो सर, कहूंगी मेरी गुड विशेस हमेशा आप सबके साथ थी, है और रहेगी. और आज भी मैं आप सबको गुड विशेस देते हुए कहूंगी, डे बाय डे आपकी खुशियां हो जाए डबल, आपकी जिंदगी से दूर रहे हर ट्रबल। भगवान आप सबको रखे बिल्कुल फिट, अब आपकी कंपनी में और आपकी जिंदगी में आने वाले हर दिन हो सुपरहिट। मैं आपको देना चाहूंगी हमारी कंपनी को जो वेरियस अवार्ड्स एंड सर्टिफिकेट्स मिला है, इसके लिए भी मैं आपको और आपकी एंटायर टीम को बहुत बहुत हार्दिक बधाई के साथ धन्यवाद देती हूँ। सर, अब 2-3 जनरल क्वेरीज करना चाहूंगी। ब्राजील में कितने नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज है? हमारी कंपनी में वुमन एम्प्लॉय स्ट्रेंथ कितनी है? और सर, शेयर होल्डर तो मैं काफी सालों से हूँ, तो मैंने वासिन का तो प्लांट देखा है, क्योंकि वहां पर मीटिंग होती थी तो मैं हमेशा आती थी। सो गोवा प्लांट के बारे में आपका क्या ख्याल है? हो सके तो गोवा प्लांट की एक विजिट ऑर्गेनाइज करें तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा। अदरवाइज जब हम गोवा जाए तो आप परमिशन दे कि हम प्लांट देख सके। जो क्वेरीज आ गई है मार्केट कैप वगैरह, सो अरे मार्केट शेयर वगैरह, सो वो रिपीटेशन ना करते हुए आज आपने जो रेजोल्यूशन रखा है वो सभी में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करते हुए कंपनी के लिए शुभकामनाएं करती हूँ। हमारी कंपनी दिन दोगुनी रात चौगुनी तरक्की करती रहे, ताकि आप हमें ईयर बाय ईयर बेटर परफॉर्मेंस के साथ बेटर डिविडेंड और नियर फ्यूचर में बोनस भी दे पाए। सर, जब बोनस की बात आई है तो ये हमारी कंपनी की 41 AGM है। सो कंपनी ने जानना चाहूंगी, जस्ट फॉर माय इंफॉर्मेशन जानना चाहती हूँ कि कंपनी ने लास्ट बोनस कब दिया था और रेशियो क्या था? मुझे तो याद नहीं है, पर फिर भी आप हो सके तो बताने की कृपा करें। और सर, जाते जाते आने वाले सभी त्योहारों की भी शुभकामनाएं देते हुए कहूंगी, फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार, चांद की चांदनी, अपनों का प्यार, मुबारक आप सबको। आने वाले अभी गणेश चतुर्थी, रक्षाबंधन तो 2 दिन पहले ही गई है, अभी गणेश चतुर्थी एंड गणेश उत्सव आएंगे, तो गणेश उत्सव के साथ आने वाले सभी त्योहार, सर आप सबकी हेल्थ एंड वेल्थ हमेशा अच्छी बनी रहे, यही
We lost you.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Mehta. We have taken note. I think there was some issue with
थैंक यू।
Yes.
सर, बस लास्टली आप सबकी हेल्थ एंड वेल्थ अच्छी बनी रहे, यही शुभकामना के साथ आई विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द फ्यूचर सक्सेस टू ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक्स, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well,
The next speaker on the list is Mr. Dinesh Bhatia.
Am I audible, sir? हेलो,
Yes,
मेरा आवाज
sir.
सुने?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. आपकी आवाज आ रही है.
और वीडियो का ऑप्शन था। हाँ, ओके। मेरा वीडियो भी आ रहा है सर?
Yes, sir. We are able to see.
फर्स्ट तो चेयरमैन जी, मैं आपको और आपका एंटायर टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन कहूंगा, धन्यवाद। आप लोग बहुत अच्छी मेहनत कर रहे हैं, जो हमारा रिजल्ट पे रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है। हमारा जो कंपनी का जो प्रोग्रेस है बहुत बढ़िया है, क्योंकि हम ये देखते हैं कि जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज है, जो हर एक कंपनी का मिरर है। जो कंपनी प्रगति करती है, आगे तरक्की करने वाली है, वो कंपनी का भाव अच्छा ही रहता है। ये हम देख रहे हैं कि हमारा ₹2 का शेयर जो है आज मार्केट में 250 के आसपास कोट हो। ये एक अच्छी तरक्की दिखा रही है कि आप लोग बहुत अच्छी मेहनत कर रहे हैं। और आपने जो स्पीच दिया, उसे भी हमको बहुत काफी माहिती मिल गई कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट फॉरेन में काफी देश में, USA में, अमेरिका में, जर्मनी में काफी ठिकाने हमारा बिजनेस अच्छा है। तो ये एक आप लोग की मेहनत दिखा रही है। और अवार्ड, हमारी कंपनी को काफी अवार्ड भी मिले हैं, उसके लिए भी आप लोग की मेहनत दिखा रही है। उसके लिए भी मैं आपको और आपका एंटायर टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन कहूंगा। बहुत बढ़िया, ऐसा ही हमारी कंपनी प्रगति करती रहे, ऐसी हमारी शुभकामना है। खाली हमें एक दो सजेशन आपको देना था। एक सजेशन था कि हमारा ₹2 का शेयर जो है मार्केट में लोएस्ट 169 तक गया था और हाईएस्ट में 258। अभी हम हाईएस्ट भाव में ही चल रहे हैं। तो हो सके सर तो आप ₹2 का शेयर ₹1 कर दीजिए, तो हमें मिनी बोनस हो जाएगा। एक शेयर के सामने हमारा 2 शेयर बन जाएगा और हमारा बैलेंस शीट पे उसका कोई भी रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं होएगा। शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी तो मार्केट में वॉल्यूम बढ़ेगा। और नेक्स्ट ईयर हमारा जो ये भाव है वो डबल हो जाएगा। ये हमें इतना गारंटी है कि अगर आप 1 रुपए का भी शेयर किया, शेयर तो डबल हो जाएंगे, लेकिन हमारे शेयर का भाव जो है वो वापस 250 हो जाएगा, वो हमें खातरी है। बाकी हम ये भी देखते हैं कि लास्ट ईयर हमारा जो शेयर का जो भाव था, सितंबर अपना अगस्त 4 में जो था, वो हमारा 200 रुपीज भाव था। हमारा 200 के सामने आज का जो हमारा भाव है वो 250, माने हमें 20% से अधिक 25% जैसा हमें फायदा मिला है। अच्छा ही हुआ है, बहुत बढ़िया ही काम हुआ है। आप लोग जो डिविडेंड भी दे रहे हैं वो भी एक्सलेंट है। हमारा डिविडेंड भी जो है, आपने जो टोटल 4 रुपये के ऊपर 2 रुपये का शेयर के पीछे 4.50 जितना डिविडेंड दिया है, वो भी एक हमारा अच्छी शाइनिंग दिखा रही। और हमें अच्छा लगता है कि हम ये बहुत बढ़िया कंपनी में काम कर हम बढ़िया कंपनी के शेयर होल्डर है। मुझे खाली एक जानकारी चाहिए कि अपना जो फॉरेन में इतना बिजनेस है, तो हमारा ग्लोबल बिजनेस कितना परसेंटेज है? हमारा जो अभी का जो बिजनेस है उसमें ग्लोबल कितना है बिजनेस? बस यही। बाकी लास्ट में अगर आप हो सके तो फैक्ट्री विजिट का मौका कीजिए, जैसा शोभना बेन ने बोला, मेरे दूसरे आगे मित्रों ने भी बताया कि आप हो सके तो गोवा का प्लांट विजिट रखिए, तो हमें आपको पर्सनली मिलने का और हमारी कंपनी का प्रोजेक्ट भी देखने को मिले। मैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन में आपको सपोर्ट करता हूँ। ऑल द बेस्ट। और ये सेक्रेटरियल डिपार्टमेंट के लिए भी मेरे को बोलना बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि सेक्रेटरियल डिपार्टमेंट भी चेयरमैन से आपके माफिक बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत रिस्पेक्ट कर रहे हैं हमें शेयर होल्डर की। हमें खुशी होती है, हमें रिफ्रेश कल भी किया, आज भी किया कि आप मीटिंग में हमारी आना, तो ये हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि बहुत अच्छा प्रैक्टिस है। आज अभी 3 कंपनी का मीटिंग चल रहा है, 3 बजे का 3 कंपनी का मीटिंग है, लेकिन हम आप ये कंपनी के में ही पहले ज्वाइंट हुए हैं। ये आपका सेक्रेटरी का जो भावना है, आपकी भावना है, हर एक चीज हम देखते हैं एक्सलेंट। एक से बढ़ के एक है आप लोग सब। आपने जो, मैं बॉम्बे से बोलता हूँ दिनेश भाटिया, आपने जो हमें बोलने का मौका दिया उसके लिए भी थैंक यू। ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhatia. The next shareholder is Ms. Vasudha Dakwe. Ma'am, are you able to hear us? We are requested to put your video and audio on.
Can you hear me, sir? Good evening, respected chairman, sir, board of directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Vasudha from Thane. Most of the question was asked by my previous shareholder. I would like to ask only one question. What is our attrition rate? Please keep physical meeting next year. We miss it. Further, I would like to ask, please arrange factory visit after Diwali. Thank you very much and wish the company all the best for coming financial years and my best wishes for coming all the festivals, Ganpati, Dasera and Diwali. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request NSDL team to confirm if there are any other shareholders who are left.
Onkar, that's it. Mr. Yusuf Rangwala has declined, so we can proceed now.
Okay, I have just requested him once more. Let's wait for next 30 seconds and see if he's accepting. Otherwise, we'll move it. Yes, I think he has accepted. Mr. Rangwala, you requested to put on your audio and video, please. Mr. Rangwala, if you're able to hear us, can you please switch on your video and audio? I think he is not able to join. So with this, as confirmed by NSDL team, we have come to the end of the speaker shareholders list. I would now request the chairman to reply to the queries raised by the shareholders.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank all the shareholders for their very appreciative remarks on the company's performance and that of the management. Thank you so much for your support and recognition of the good performance by the management. Also, one of the shareholders, Shobna, personally greeted me on my birthday. Thank you for your good wishes. I'll come to the questions raised. Some of them are common. So I think one of the common questions which has been raised is regarding competition. And that was raised by people that we are globally, as somebody said, that we have about 20% share in the global market. But in the oral segment, we are a share of about 35%. In terms of global competitors to the company, the France-based or French company called Albia, that's a major competitor to EPL. And the other global competitors are Huhtamaki and Amcor. But there is regional competition to us in the 4 regions in which we operate. In a MESA region, the major competitors are Aptos, Shiriji Propack, Shri Rama, Skypack, and 3D Technology. And most of them are in India. In East Asia Pacific, we have a Sun A, Rigo, and Tubest as competitors. And in the Americas, we have CCL, JSN Packaging, and CTL as major competitors. In Europe, as I said, the French company Albia stands out as a competitor, followed by Tupac, Neopac, and Multitube. These are the major competitors to us in the 4 regions in which we operate. But the thing to note is that EPL has been successful in chipping away market share from both global as well as regional players in the regions in which we operate. The second question that was raised was regarding the competition in terms of how much do we export from various regions competition, how much do we export from various regions and what is the exports and why?
Hello, Chairman sir, आपको आवाज आ रहा है? Sir,
Yes.
मैं बात करता हूँ यशु पर रंगवाला sir. Sir, can you give me permission?
Okay, bolo.
Yes, sir. Sir, ये आपका mute sir. How are you sir? First, I will wish you a very happy birthday, sir. Sir, sorry sir, आज आपका सर्विस सर NSDL का नाम अच्छी नहीं थी सर. सर, मुझे आपको विश करना है और कुछ पूछना नहीं है. मैं आपका फैक्ट्री विजिट के लिए आशा रखता हूँ सर. सर, सेक्रेटरी को मेरा फुल सपोर्ट है, तो फुल सैल्यूट है सर. ये आपकी ग्रुप ऐसी, आप कभी भी शेयर होल्डर को लेके चलते, जहां आप होते सर, हमें कोई गम नहीं है सर. जब आप है तो हमें क्या गम है सर. छोटा सा शेयर, आप चले आपके साथ में हम चले सर, आपके साथ में हम चले और कारवाई चलता गया. और आज आपका जो शेयर 250 है, जब आपके गाइडेंस में सर मैं इतना चाहता, नेक्स्ट ईयर जब आप मिलेंगे तो 400 पार होएगा सर. जैसे अपना सेंसेक्स पार हुआ ना सर, ऐसा अपना कंपनी का शेयर भी सर पार होएगा, क्योंकि आपकी कंपनी के सर चेयरमैन साहब जहाँ आप होते सर, क्या हमें पूछना सर, आपकी गाइडेंस, आपकी हंसी और आपकी नॉलेज. आज अपने पास 60 प्लांट, 60 प्लांट अपने फैक्ट्री, अपने 60 प्लांट में अच्छा प्रोडक्शन है सर. वेरी एक्सीलेंट प्रोडक्शन. TV shop employees here, very excellent, very handsome work with you sir. I am very happy and very proud shareholder to this company sir. छोटा सा शेयर पेश करना चाहूँ. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, वंदे मातरम. चले चले हम आपके साथ, कारवा चलता गया, पर एक कारवा तो रहेगा, पर आपकी याद आएगी सर. नेक्स्ट ईयर फिजिकल रखना सर, क्योंकि आपके साथ में मिलने के लिए बहुत अरसा हो गया सर. तारापुर में सर फिजिकल रखते थे सर. नेक्स्ट ईयर सर इतना मेरी हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है, नेक्स्ट ईयर रखना, तो आपके सर फेस टू फेस मुलाकात होगा सर. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय. जय हिंद सर.
Thank
you sir.
Thank you, Mr.
हेलो.
Yes.
हेलो सर, स्मिता शाह बात करती हूँ.
हाँ जी.
सर थोड़ा वो नेटवर्क इश्यू थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम था, तो कब से हम लोग बात करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे लेकिन हो नहीं पा रहा था। तो थोड़ा मुझे अभी लिंक सही मिला है, तो मैं अभी बात करना चाहती हूँ। सर आप इजाजत दे रहे हो मुझे?
हाँ जी, प्लीज गो हेड।
थैंक यू सर। माननीय चेयरमैन साहब श्री देविंदर जी, एमडी, सीईओ श्री आनंद जी तथा सभी उपस्थित माननीय डायरेक्टर्स, सर आप सभी को मेरा स्मिता शाह का सादर प्रणाम। सर प्रथम में हमारे मेहनती हार्ड वर्कर न्यू कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री ओंकार जी का मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ इस हमारे ईपीएल के बोर्ड पर। और वेरी गुड वर्क, वेरी गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस के लिए मैं उनकी सराहना करते हुए मैं धन्यवाद देती हूँ। साथ में फ्यूचर्स की ढेरों सारी शुभकामना भी ओंकार जी को मैं देती हूँ। और साथ में हमारे सूर्य जी भी काफी हेल्पफुल रहे हैं, उनकी भी अच्छी सर्विस ऑलवेज देते आ रहे हैं। सो अभी भी हमें सूर्य जी ने बहुत हमें हेल्प किया आपके साथ जुड़ाने के लिए। तो स्पेशल धन्यवाद मैं सूर्य जी को देती हूँ। और अभी हमें आपसे बात करने का मौका मिला, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और चेयरमैन साहब आपने आपकी कंपनी के बारे में वेरी गुड वर्क के साथ, एक्सेलेंट वर्क के साथ बहुत कुछ अच्छा स्पीच में बताया। सो आपको और पूरी बोर्ड टीम को, सभी को और सभी एम्प्लॉइज को मेरी ओर से मैं अभिनंदन देना चाहूंगी कि आप सभी की मेहनत और हार्ड वर्क से कंपनी अपनी कई सारे एक से बढ़कर एक अवार्ड्स भी आपने प्राप्त किए। साथ में अपने कंपनी का जो स्टैंड लोन और कंसोलिडेटेड दोनों में हमारा वेरी एक्सेलेंट वर्क के साथ परफॉर्मेंस भी एक्सेलेंट रहा है। और सेल्स एंड अदर इनकम नेटवर्क बहुत बढ़िया रहा है। अभिनंदन देते हुए डिविडेंड भी आपने जो फाइनल प्लस इंट्रीम होकर ₹4.45 दिया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। सर बस ऐसे ही आप मेहनत लगन से आगे बढ़ते रहिए। हम भी कई सालों से आपके साथ जुड़े हैं और साथ चक्कर देते रहे, और आज भी मेरा सभी रिजोल्यूशन में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करती हूँ। और सर आप अभी बोनस के लिए जरूर सोचिए। सर मैं पूछना चाहूंगी कि कंपनी ने हमारे लास्ट बोनस कब दिया था, और आपके आगे के फ्यूचर 5 इयर्स के प्लान क्या है, थोड़ी बताने की कृपा करें। और सर रिक्वेस्ट है कि हम कई साल से आपको विजिट के लिए भी बोल रहे हैं, तो आप अभी विजिट के लिए जरूर करें। एटलीस्ट जो भी जुड़े हैं उनके लिए विजिट जरूर सोचिए और कराइए। बाकी तो सर मेरी एक शेयर होल्डर बहन के नाते मेरी दिल से आपको शुभकामना मैं देती हूँ। हर सुबह का उजाला आपके साथ हो, सारी खुशियों का खजाना आपके पास हो। आप सदैव प्रसन्नचित रहे, हर्षित रहे, स्वस्थ मस्त रहे और हमेशा सफलता की मंजिल के साथ आगे बढ़ते रहे। आपकी हेल्थ वेल्थ हमेशा बढ़िया रहे, यही मेरी दिल से एक शेयर होल्डर बहन के नाते दुआएं देती हूँ मेरी दिल से आपको। और सर जरूर मेरी आपको हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है कि सर ये थोड़ा नेटवर्क इश्यू भी आता है, तो नेक्स्ट ईयर आप फिजिकल एजीएम जरूर करें। और हम आपसे तो मिलने का हमको बहुत मौका नहीं मिला है, तो अभी आपको रूबरू मिलने की तमन्ना है सर। सर जरूर नेक्स्ट ईयर की एजीएम फिजिकल हाइब्रिड करिए, ताकि जो भी वीसी चाहते हैं बाहर से भी जुड़ते हैं उन्हें भी मौका मिले। तो जरूर नेक्स्ट ईयर फिजिकल एजीएम करें। बाकी तो आने वाले सभी त्योहारों की मैं हार्दिक शुभकामना करते हुए धन्यवाद करती हूँ। सर चालू रखिए, भरत साहब बात करते हैं।
माननीय चेयरमैन श्री, एमडी श्री और अन्य माननीय डायरेक्टर सर, मेरा नाम भरत शाह। सर आपने सब आपका स्पीच में बताया, कंपनी एकदम व्यवस्थित, अच्छी, बहुत व्यवस्थित चल रही है। बहुत धन्यवाद, अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर। ऐसे ही अपनी कंपनी दिन दोगुनी रात चौगुनी आगे बढ़े, भगवान ईश्वर को प्रार्थना है सर। और सर डिविडेंड भी आप अच्छा व्यवस्थित दे रहे हो, रिटर्न शेयरहोल्डर को अच्छा गुड रिटर्न दे रहे हो, बहुत धन्यवाद, अभिनंदन सर। खाली बोनस के लिए मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आने वाले साल में जरूर बोनस के लिए सोचना सर। और लास्ट बोनस कभी दिया था बताना सर। 5 इयर्स के फ्यूचर प्रोग्राम सर बताना। और कंपनी सेक्रेटरी और उनकी टीम के सूर्य जी और पूरी सीएस टीम को मैं बहुत धन्यवाद, अभिनंदन देता हूँ। बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग टीम है सर, बेस्ट इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे, तो पूरी सीएस टीम का बहुत आभार, धन्यवाद, अभिनंदन देता हूँ। और सर फैक्ट्री विजिट के लिए भी बहुत सालों से आप बोल रहे हैं, पहला तो फिजिकल होता था, कभी वासीन आते थे, कभी भी फैक्ट्री विजिट का करने का बात था, लेकिन वो कुछ न कुछ कारण रह गया था सर। तो फैक्ट्री विजिट जरूर कराने की मेरी हार्टली रिक्वेस्ट है। और सर आपका नया मैनेजमेंट आने के बाद तो हम लोग रूबरू में मिले नहीं है, कोरोना का टाइम गया, 5 साल हो गया। तो नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर फिजिकल मीटिंग रखिए सर, फिजिकल एजीएम कीजिए, तो रूबरू में आमने सामने अपन साथ में मिल सके सर। तो हाइब्रिड कीजिए तो बाहर वाले को भी चांस मिलेगा सर। बाकी आपकी हेल्थ वेल्थ अच्छी रहे, अपनी कंपनी बढ़िया तरक्की करे, मेरी भगवान ईश्वर को अटली प्रार्थना है। सारे रिजर्वेशन में मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम सर। जय हिंद, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Smita ji and Mr. Bharat Shah and Mr. Rangwala. Thank you for your very effusive compliments and good wishes, and also appreciation of the company's performance. Before you joined, I was answering the questions of the other shareholders that had been raised. And the question was regarding exports, where I think you joined. One of the shareholders asked, our exports is only 256 crores and imports is 360 crores. But actual foreign exchange earned by the company during FY24 is 285 crores. And outgo is, as you said, 360 crores. But I think since it's a global company, we don't have to look at exports in that context, because foreign exchange, as we deem, we have regions in USA, in America's region, we have East Asia Pacific, we have a MESA region, which is essentially India. Exports take place from all regions. But when we consolidate the total revenue of the company, they get knocked out as inter-region or intra-region exports. So therefore, 285 crore is these exports generated from the standalone basis from here. And total exports is about 20% of the revenue. Besides India exports, we also export from China. We also export from Colombia factory in the Latin American region. And also European countries we export from our operations. So it's a good 20% number. And I don't think the foreign exchange outgo, which is generally represent imports of raw materials and import of essential machinery and equipment, that is on a need basis. And therefore, I don't see any concern regarding our imports being higher than the exports because of the inter-region issue that I explained. There was lots of shareholders have asked for factory visit to Goa especially and to other factories. I think we may register their request with the secretarial department. And if somebody is going there or somebody wants to go specifically to a factory, I think the management would be happy to arrange your visit to the plants. You also talked of a physical meeting next year or a hybrid meeting. I think we'll consider this suggestion. It has come earlier also in previous AGMs. In many companies where I have attended AGMs, there is more and more request for hybrid meetings because it gives a larger representation to shareholders because they can participate through their Zoom meetings or through video conference rather than collecting at a place. So I would leave it with the management to think of a hybrid or a physical meeting next year. There was a question on the bonus issue. I think as of now, there is no consideration for a bonus issue, but we have noted your request. The last bonus issue was given in 2018, in the June month of 2018. So we have noted your request and we'll discuss it in the company and with the board and the management. Other questions related to attrition as well as the employees' strength. Yes, attrition is high because globally the attrition post-COVID has been very high. In fact, there has been a shortage of skilled manpower globally, and which has led to increase in salaries and remuneration of employees, especially the skilled manpower across the regions. Despite that increase, attrition continues to remain high. I can just quote a few numbers to you. Attrition rate in India is about 14%. Global attrition rate is higher because of the reasons I mentioned, especially in Americas and in other regions, the shortage of skilled manpower due to people preferring to work at a location rather than and moving job to job for higher remuneration. The attrition has increased. This is not the phenomena with only our company. This is a general global phenomena across industries. On male and female employees, we have a total headcount globally, which includes contractual workforce, which is technically not a permanent employees. That is about 5,343 employees, out of which about 3,821 are male, which represents 71%, and 1,522 odd, 29% are female employees. If we take permanent employees, so this is the ratio is 71-29, including the non-EPL employees. But if we take the permanent employees, the male and female ratio stands at 76-24. So that's the ratio you asked for. Attrition for female employees in India is at 10%, which is lower. So female employees is higher globally, but in India it's a little lower. On patents, there was a question asked on patents. Please refer to page 54 of the annual report to get details on this issue. But we received as a company 27 patents during the year, and we filed for 20 patents. Questions were raised by some shareholders on the plant capacity utilization. On an average, actually the capacity utilization depends on the product mix that is running at a plant. But on an average, our capacity utilization is 70% for tubes. Generally, and also somebody asked specifically for the Vapi plant, it's also a similar capacity utilization at 70%. This reflects our overall operational efficiency while we accommodate fluctuation in product demand, and therefore the requirement for production changes based on the demand requirement. Somebody asked a question, I think Mr. Mahadevia asked a question, how many employees are in Brazil? There are 73 employees. You'd be happy to note that in Brazil, we have already touched about 65% capacity utilization of on-the-ground capacity that has been created in Brazil. And the Brazil plant is a modular structure. As we fill up the capacity for this unit that is already in operation and stabilized, we can add more modules of capacity and therefore increase the capacity of the plant. But as per the current module, it's at 65, sometimes 70% utilization in Brazil already. There was a question raised on corporate growth expected. As I said, and it is in our growth strategy, we want to grow double-digit every year. And we also want to achieve margins of above 20%. So that is the basis on which the company is guiding its strategy for the next few years. And the corporate growth for the next few years will be based on these two parameters, which is our vision of double-digit growth plus 20% margin and the best company in sustainability in the packaging industry. These are the three vision statements on which the management team is working to make the plans. There was a question on disruption in Red Sea and therefore the impact on us. As I mentioned in my speech, there have been disruptions, but our supply chain has not been impacted greatly because of the management which has been, last year, you would recall, we had created inventory buffer, and that's why the inventory was in excess at some point of time, but that has come in very handy for us. And while we have reduced inventory to average normal levels, so therefore there has been no major disruption on the capacity utilization or demand that we were able to meet due to this disruption in Red Sea. But overall, there is. Then there was a question raised by Elizabeth Mascarenas on cybersecurity expenses. That is rupees 85 lakhs we have spent last year on cybersecurity. There was another question raised by her on Egypt plant functioning. See, Egypt has been suffering due to sudden currency devaluations in that country, which has increased the dollar liability of our company. And therefore, at present, the company is very careful accumulating. That means imports into Egypt, which are dollar denominated. The company is very careful in not increasing our dollar liability. That means dollars which can be sent out for payments on account of raw material imports. We are treading a careful path here, and as you saw that there has been a currency devaluation impact of, in the annual report due to Egypt, about 46 crores. And that's for last year alone, and it has been going on for 3 years. The Egyptian pound devaluation and the impact. But we have taken a view in the board and with the management that we will continue to function profitably because there has been corresponding price increases in the Egyptian market due to Egyptian pound devaluation. And it will also depend upon how much the foreign currency situation improves in Egypt. I think the Egyptian government has taken several measures to improve the availability of foreign exchange, and we may see things easing off in the coming year. But as of now, this is the way the plant has functioned in the last 2 years. There was a question on union budget and its impact. It is mostly neutral on our company, and I would say neutral is the impact of the budget. I think most of the questions I have answered. If there is any question which has been left unanswered, please refer to the secretarial department and they will have it answered for you. And thank you once again for all your appreciation and support and good words about the management and the company. We really appreciate that. I think all the queries raised now have been answered. I request the shareholders again to vote on resolutions through e-voting platform. The e-voting facility will remain open for 15 minutes after conclusion of this meeting. The company will take necessary action to declare results of the e-voting process, and the same will be published on our website and also submitted to the stock exchanges. This concludes the business of the day, and I take this opportunity to thank all the shareholders present here for their kind cooperation, support, and the valuable time spent with us. I wish the shareholders all the very best and good health and hope to meet you in person at the next available opportunity. I now declare this meeting as closed. Thank you.